Well, Chinese President Xi Jinping has sent his condolences to his Algerian counterpart, Abdelaziz Bouteflika. On behalf of the Chinese government and its people, President Xi has expressed his deepest sympathies to bereaved families. And Chinese Premier Li Keqiang has sent a similar message of condolence to his Algerian counterpart, Ahmed Ouyahia. Now, of course, as Algeria reels from this accident, let's get you more on how the affected families and the nation at large are coming to terms with the tragedy. CGTN's Adel Al-Mahroui is following the story for us and joins us now from Cairo. Adel, what is the latest ahead of the national prayers that are planned for Friday?
Some family members have already received the bodies of their lost ones on board of that tragic plane crash. It seems that not all of them. This is just the first batch that has been officially announced, and there are still efforts to identify the rest of the passengers on board, so as hopefully would give the bodies to the rest of their families so that the burial proceedings and the funeral would start tomorrow after the Friday prayers. As you've mentioned, the entire country is preparing to have a mass mourning for the victims after the Friday prayers, which is a holiday, a day off here in the Arab world as well. But it doesn't seem that the government will manage to at least finish all or identify all the remaining bodies. So far, it is taking a lot of effort. Some officers have been identified from their IDs that was on them. Family members, it's a little bit more complicated because of the family members don't necessarily have their military ID on them. So they're trying to resort to other alternatives, among them DNA testing, and the procedures are ongoing as we speak, so as to just at least make sure that the biggest number of those who are identified are delivered and handed over to their families for tomorrow's funeral.
And of course, Adel, as we now know, Algeria has seen a number of deadly plane crashes over the past decade, this of course being the worst one. But what are some of the measures we're likely to see being implemented to ensure this doesn't happen again?
Well, indeed, let me just get you through rapidly the 7 most prominent accidents that happened since 2010. On January 27th in 2010, a military fighter jet, MiG-27, a Russian-made fighter jet, crashed, killing one officer on board. In December 2012 and in November 2012, just 2 consecutive months, 2 different plane crashes happened. One killed 6 people on board. It was also a military plane. Another military aircraft crashed while doing some maneuvers during a training in Algeria at the west of the country. And then also in October 2014, a military crash, Sukhoi, also a Russian aircraft, it crashed, military as well, and another MiG-25 during the same year. In 2014, we've seen another major crash which has killed about 77 passengers. In April 2015, there was another one, and now we have in 2016 and this one. So all in all, there are about 7 to 8 crashes, and most of the reports about these crashes have blamed poor maintenance for the aircrafts on that regard. It's a big number to be reported in just 10 years, and still we cannot identify what is going on with this week's crash, but the government is investigating. It is looking at the aircraft data, and once they have a thread, it will be more clear whether it's again a poor maintenance issue or there have been different aspects to this week's crash.
Adel Al-Mahroui, thank you so much for keeping us up to speed on that story, joining us there live from Cairo in Egypt.